Okay. So hi everyone, thank you for joining. We are about to start our new run of the Rolling Scope School for several locations. The course will be conducted in English. So that's our language for all the communications. Again, thank you for joining. Here is the intention of the meeting is to give you introduction of who we are, what's our plan, our goal for the next future, and what's expected uh, at the end of the course. So I hope you will enjoy a journey through all the given materials. And first of all, wish you good luck at your journey. I know that some of you were already attended the course, the previous course run. So maybe some of you familiar with the processes and you decided just to try one more time. Why not? But I presume some of them are completely new, and that's why the intention of the meeting is to present the necessary information for moving forward. Let's start. So here's a quick agenda for today's webinar. First, we'll discuss we'll give a few words of who we are. Then we'll review the action items for your first week, how to get all the necessary materials, the assignments that you're supposed to do within the current weeks, and also we'll dedicate some time to answer your questions if any. I presume there will be lots of questions, so we'll see. Okay, so starting from the very beginning. So who actually we are? It all starts in 2013. The community of front-end developers, which is called the Rolling Scopes, was formed. Initially it was like the group of people who enjoyed front-end developer. We started conducting some sort of meetups, meet each other, exchange our experience, and then we started launching the course for preparing software engineers with necessary skill set to become a junior software engineer in the IT market. So I'm truly sorry, just hold on. Okay, so so we started like launching the courses each year. Each time a really great person graduated with a strong skill sets, and they have a high demand on the people who graduated from the course because it offers challenging tasks and interesting materials. So I guess we have a good reputation. So just for you, the ERA school actually is free of charge, but actually it works by the model which is called pay it forward. So we'll take a look at the principle later on, but for your understanding, it's completely free. So and most important thing, that's the course. The current course is not intended to teach everyone. So the course, the main goal is to provide the comfortable environment for you for self-learning. So we provide you with all the necessary materials. We answer your questions. We give you everything to feel you comfortable for self-learning. So the main intention is not to teach anyone. That's really important to keep in mind because there could be some misunderstanding, but yeah, you should remind that the main focus is to provide the studying environment comfortable for everyone. Okay, so just for the history, so previously The rest school was started in Belarus, in Soviet country. Now you see that we expanded geographically, and that sounds really great. A few words to present our coordinators. I would suggest to memorize all of us. So in case if you have some issues or questions, something is not clear for you, you have some trouble with something. So please remember all these people. You will need them in case if you faced with some issues or you have questions in terms of organization, understanding of learning materials and topics about the tasks. So we're here for you to help you with growth, with acquiring necessary knowledge, and to provide a good experience. So moving forward, so we're focusing on the current course run, our program. So this is how we're going to keep studying. So our course duration is about 30 weeks. Each week we'll have a set of topics which covered by learning materials. It could be both lecture recording or the links to some documentation, as well as assignments. By assignments, I mean it could be a coding task or a test, theoretical test for you to check whether you learn the materials properly. So each week we'll follow with learning materials and assignments. Please keep in mind that each week has its deadlines for completing all the assignments. So please keep in mind that we're striving to keep this strict deadlines in terms of completing assignments. So in case if you're not able to accomplish something, it could be for a good reason. Let's say for a doctor appointment or due to force majeure or some emergency. Of course, you can communicate with us to discuss everything, but please keep in mind about the deadlines that are stated in the course materials. We're going to get a brief look where you can find all the necessary information, right? So in terms of the further indication, so our actual course will divide it into several stages, right? Yeah, guys, I will answer all the questions shortly, so please be patient. Yeah, everything will be answered, don't worry. And by the way, the session is recorded. It will be provided with links to all the stuff you need, okay? So if we keep looking at our current course goal, you will see that our
Pasha, you're muted.
yeah, sorry. Could you please remind me where I stopped for a minute?
Starting from schedule.
Okay. So giving a brief word about our course structure. So yeah, by the way, all the links will be provided. We're going to allocate the time to answer questions. Don't worry, everything will be provided. In case if not, you can easily reach us and we'll answer anything. Okay, so our journey starts from the stage one. So this stage is fully embedded into self-learning. So as you can see, each stage is divided by week. So our journey starts here from the week one. We see that there are some modules that is required to pay attention to it. By clicking on each module, we'll see all the necessary materials, documentation, the brief description of it, everything that is needed at the current moment, as well as each time we indicate assignments that needs to be completed. So for now, for your current week assignment will be a REST app intro. This is the test that is intended for you to check whether you accomplished to learn how to use our systems, our materials to keep going forward. So that's like the minor one thing. Uh, yeah. So keep if I keep going with the further schedule, just for a brief understanding, and we'll keep going in details. So the stage one mostly is about self-studying. So our main communication, as you might be noticed, will be Discord. Um, you're asking the questions, you'll communicate with each other, and keep informed. You'll be keep informed about the news, what's happening in the course, and uh, yeah, what's going on. We'll talk to each other, try to answer questions if any. If we're on the Discord, yeah, so we'll like keep a brief look what's going on here. So in announcements, yes, you might be noticed, we'll keep posted with the latest news, reminders about webinars, deadlines, anything that is related to the course on organization. Then the main section will be interactions. So in questions, asking anything, we'll try to keep track on everything. Next one is gratitude. Here you can say thank you to anyone who helped you, let's say for sorting out some issues you've been struggling for days, for example. And if you want to show a gratitude, not only to organizers, of course, someone from our students could help you with sorting out something or for helping with understanding. So you could like give kudos in the gratitude channel. But how else could you gratitude? It could be done via the RSF platform. We'll keep it in a second. Yeah, but if you want to just say thank you for someone, yeah, that's a good way to do. And so from the names of the channels, yeah, you might be noticed the purposes of it, suggestions. If you, in case if you found something that is not quite correct in materials, or if you want to improve something, yeah, you could keep posted right here. Task questions could be relative to the current assignments, current coding tasks. So yeah, why do we have like several interaction channels? First of all, for better organization, because just imagine if we have just one communication channel. Yeah, that's could be a nightmare for to keep tracking everything. Yeah, so to keep everyone at organizer sane, yeah, so we decided to divide the communication by the topics. So here the questions regarding current home assignments are posted. By task, I mean any coding task that is ongoing. So for now, in terms of assignments, you will have the theoretical tests. Okay, so it will go to task questions right here. Then our first task will start at the week 3. So when you start working on this assignment and you have some sort of questions or misunderstanding of the task requirements or something else, it could be asked right here in task questions. The task questions here, I believe that's clear. That's the questions regarding current tests could be asked here in terms if you missed something. And yeah, I believe that's it from the Discord perspective. So this is our main communication channel. We'll try to keep tracking on everything that is happening here. And one more important thing, whenever anyone is asking a question, it doesn't mean that only organizers could help a person with understanding something. It could be any one of you. So by building the communication environment, by helping other students to understand some aspects, you're building the environment where everyone helps each other, and that will be great. So we highly appreciate that in case if someone is struggling with sorting out his issue, you could help him as well. Okay, so we're moving on. Like I mentioned previously, our journey starts from the stage one. Whenever you accomplished stage one, you completed all the tasks and assignments, the stage two begins. What does it mean? And what's the main differences? At the stage one, you're completely focusing on self-study. On the stage two, um, you're going to be assigned to a mentor. First of all, who is a mentor? A mentor is a person who is ready to help you. Of course, that's the person with production experience, with rich production experience, that could help you in understanding of tough topics. And also, this person will check your home assignments as well. So let's say at the stage two, you'll have like the following assignments, right? You're going to implement something, and in order to get evaluated in terms of home assignments, you will send your implementation to your mentor. Your mentor will check your code. It will perform the code review, let some comments, useful comments for you to keep growing and not to make the same mistakes in the future. So at the stage two, you will acquire a mentor. You'll keep going till the stage three. At the stage three, again, you will remain with the same mentor, but the stage three is dedicated to learning Angular. So perhaps you will have a question, so why Angular, it's not React or any other framework? Well, the answer is pretty simple. So for now, Angular is a high demanded framework. If we compare with other technologies, if we get statistics from recruiters, so Angular is really high demanded, and some of the React engineers are in progress of let's say learning and transmission from React to Angular. So yeah, because it's high demanded. But in case if you are interested, let's say in React, we could provide you additional materials, but passing Angular is necessary. So because it's our current program. And at the end of our course, and at the middle of the course, you're expected to pass technical interviews. So the first interview will be conducted with your mentors before starting or at the beginning of the stage two. That will be your first interview with the mentor. The mentor will evaluate your knowledge that you were acquired during the stage one. You'll be given with some set of coding task, and he will decide whether he will keep you in the group or, unfortunately, you lack of some necessary knowledge to keep going forward. The next interview is expected at preliminary at the middle of the stage two. It will be dedicated to the core.js interview. So the interview that is fully dedicated to the JavaScript. It will consist of necessary theoretical questions to evaluate how good you are at understanding of core concepts of the JavaScript. And that's the third one is exit interview. Again, to check what you've learned during the course. Okay, so that's like the brief look at what we're expected to have during our course journey. Okay, so I would like to move a bit further. So this is the brief set of technology that you're going to cover during the course. Again, so the first two stages are mostly intended for learning core concepts of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, along with the necessary libraries. And the third stage will be fully dedicated to learning such framework as Angular. That's the brief listing of technologies. Okay, going forward. So as there are a list of benefits, some of them I already mentioned. Again, the course is free, and tasks are interesting and challenging, like I mentioned previously. So because we have some sort of like interesting, complex and challenging tasks, most of the companies are considering RS School graduates in case if they have a chance to hire someone as a junior software engineer. They first of all, they are looking at the graduates of RS School because they know that the students of it are dealing with challenging tasks and they have a strong understanding of core JS concepts. Yeah, but anyway, even though if you're not planning to complete the course officially, or you want to help someone in the future, or in case if you're graduated from your school successfully, and for some reason you need to revise something that was in the past, all the materials will be available at any time, and they are public. About the mentor, yeah, already it's covered. But what will be at the end? So what are we aiming at? Just hold on. Okay, as I mentioned, if the company has a demand on junior software engineers, so first it's like look at our graduates. Upon graduation, you will get the digital certificates that will indicate that you've graduated successfully from the RS school. Here, we listed the list of possible locations that could consider our graduates as the candidates for hiring. But there is one major notice here. It depends on the demand of the offices in the current locations. I don't know, maybe Anna Andre have something here to add about the demand overall.
The demand is very changeable, variable for current days, so I will not. Let's discuss it close to the end of the course.
Yeah. So the main important note is that for now we don't have exact number of how many of you would be able to get the offer. But anyway, like I mentioned, the certificates of the course are noticeable, and in case if they have the demand for junior software engineers, you definitely will be paid attention. But we will discuss it at the end of the course. Okay, so but for now, let's move forward. Even though we have all the materials available at any time, we have no limits. Please keep in mind that in case if you failed with the deadlines for several times without a good reason, or you broke the code of conduct while speaking with course organizers or students, you got expelled. Unfortunately, that could be happen. So please keep in mind. So if you are seriously intended in completion the course, so please follow all the deadlines, all the terms of being a student. Another note here, you might be noticed that along with the English speaking course, we also have the the course that is intended to the Russian speaking audience. So it has its separate course run. So please, um, in case if you're not from the list of locations, you're from CIS countries, you're from Russian speaking countries. So please join that course run because the current course run is intended into other locations. In such cases, the students who is not eligible in the current course will be expelled automatically. So please don't waste your time in the current one and join the Russian speaking course that is also started. Okay, somehow I noticed that uh, even though we have like the course is free of charge, of course, but I mentioned one more thing. The thing is a principle by which the current courses are working, and the principle is called pay the forward. What does it mean? So, whenever you graduated from the course, you decided that for your further further self development, for your career growth, you want to help others to grow, or someone finds that's the participating again in the course as to contribute to the course will help to restore its like core knowledge or something else. You can join the course as the future mentor. But let me add, first of all, it's well used at most, and secondly, you will get experience of sharing the knowledge with others. And like I was saying previously, if you want to understand something better, then you need to be able to explain it to someone else. So in this case, you're not only helping the students to grow, you're also helping yourself with understanding the core topics better. So see how many benefits we have in terms of contribution to the RS school whenever you graduated it. But the main reason here, but so why I've chosen this strategy is that you are sharing the knowledge with the next generation of the students. Uh, you're preparing the next generation. Uh, that's really great, and you are contributing into making the board better by sharing your experience, your valuable experience. Uh, okay, so for now, more or less we're done with the main part. So again, just having a quick recap. What's your action items? Please ensure that you've joined our Discord server that is called Terrace School EM. In case if you don't have a link to the Discord, please keep us posted here during the Q&A. We'll provide the links. And also we'll send a meeting follow-up after this one with all the necessary links. Please ensure that you join the Discord server. Then ensure that via the RS app platform, you've joined the course. The course has the following name, GSFE 2022 Q3. So this is our current course. Here, you could see the scoreboard. So for now, we just started, so no one has its scores. What else do we have here? We have some sort of sections. We will provide the instructions on how to submit your assignments. What you need to know for now. So you will have one test which is called a REST app intro. How we're going to pass it? That's pretty simple. You need to click auto test. Then from the dropdown, we're selecting a REST app intro, and the test begins. As we can see, you have 3 attempts to pass the test. Yeah, whenever you're done, you're clicking submit button, and you'll be immediately evaluated. So this is your assignment for the current week. Let's also pay attention to the rest of the modules. This could be help you with getting started and having understanding about each modules. Okay, so this is our plan for the current week. Another note is each week we will have the Q&A session that is dedicated to the questions about the previous week and for the current week. So right in the next week at the same time on Tuesday on 12 p.m. at Central European time, at the same time that we've gathered today, each week we'll have Q&A session. So my recommendation is to be well prepared for the Q&A session, to prepare your questions in advance, to announce it and get you an answer. So please be prepared for each Q&A session, okay? And what about deadlines for the assignments? Yeah, so here we have one assignment, which is test a REST app intro. The deadline for this assignment will be the end of the week 1. So it means that you can complete the test till the 26th of September. So this is your deadline, including me. So 27 it will be too late because, well, we have strict deadlines here. So please pay attention to everything. All right. I believe I covered most of the what you're supposed to know currently, how to get started with the course. So just in case, we'll send you all the links that we presented. You'll be shared the presentation. Don't worry, everything will be provided. So for now, let's dedicate some of time to answering a question, if any. So you can do like the following. You can raise the hand in Teams and we'll ask someone to announce the question and we will discuss it. So the first who raised hand was a lion. So please go ahead.
Good afternoons.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you for letting me to speak in an audience. And I have a few questions. My first question is about the enrollment. In the last time when I attended to this front-end web development course, I just couldn't do the test on time and I expelled. And this is my second attempt. And is it possible to retry it the second attempt? I mean, am I eligible for continuing my tasks on this platform?
Of course. In case if you had some problems with completing the course in the past, yeah, you can try it one more time. There is no any limitations.
Thank you very much for that. And the next question is it possible to learn Angular only in 2 months and be ready for interview? I mean, could you just give a little more information about Angular topic? I mean, the third stage, what will be expected during the course?
Okay, so in terms of Angular, you're expected to have at least understanding of the main building blocks of Angular, how to create the application using Angular features. You will be able to create your first Angular application. This will be dedicated to some sort of project. Yeah. So if you're asking how much you should learn Angular during such period of time, I would say the main goal of the current course is to have a strong knowledge of core GS topics, right? So the Angular stage is intended into having the understanding about the framework and gaining hands-on experience in Angular development. Because actually to have a deep understanding of this framework requires a bit more time, and we know that. But at the current stage, if you're aiming to become a junior specialist, for you it's enough to have hands-on experience and understanding. So I believe I answered your question.
Thank you very much. And the last time, the tasks were, I think, the similar compared to this one. The last time we also had a shelter project, and can we just do this project as we did before? I mean, can I just reuse the project which I built a shelter at the last time in this course also? Can I reuse this all on my job? Or I should recreate the all from the scratch? I mean, not just reuse the code in the previous course.
Pasha, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. For some reason it's muted. Okay, so my answer here is that you should keep going week by week, because some of the course tasks that are presented here, especially at the bottom of the list, could be changed. And to my mind, this doesn't make really sense to complete the task from the bottom. So my recommendation is keep going with what we have for the current stage. In case if you want to practice more, okay, no problem. So you can like finalize what you did in the previous calls run. That would be completely useful. But let's stick with the common schedule. Yeah, and focus at the current weeks.
Thank you very much for your questions. I will ask for my questions. Thank you very much for all.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome. The second person who raised hand was, by the way, sorry if I pronounce names correctly, Maidan. So please go ahead.
Who was that?
Okay, seems like
I think it's me. It shows I'm the next one.
Okay. Okay, David.
There
are who was the second? Could you please go ahead?
Yes, thank you for the presentation. My question is about employment. I understood what you said earlier about that, but can you elaborate a little, like what are our chances, just if you can say just a ballpark, and is it possible for students to successfully finish the course and even though other facts not get an offer? And is there any kind of statistics about about people who finish the course and then got a job offer, so we know even the approximate chances? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Unfortunately, we don't gather statistics in terms of like how many students got the offer, passed the interview, or something like that. We're focusing on gaining knowledge at the first. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely will strive to propose you to the companies. Yeah, that's our main goal because it's also benefits. Like, however, for now, we are struggling with with the main demand. So that's why we don't have exact statistics. So how many students are like will get the job offer? Unfortunately, we don't have exact numbers. So that's could be discussed at the nearest till the end of the course. Unfortunately, for now, we don't have any brief on any any I would say brief understanding or complete understanding of the exact numbers. Unfortunately, I'm not able to answer this question right now.
Thanks, and if I may, I have another question. It said on the RS School website that during the third part of this course, there will be regular opportunities for interviews. So how is that like 1 month into the third part of this course, or does it have to be finished for the interviews to start, or at what stage does this interview start? And also, it was mentioned that there would be several interviews, and if the applicants pass one of those, they will get a job offer. And so it's my understanding that applicants can fail 1 or 2 interview and then have an opportunity to pass the 3rd or 4th interview and get a job offer. Is that correct?
Okay, to correctly answer your question or maybe future questions in some topics. So once again, let's get an overview what kind of interviews you expected. The first interview will take place at the end of the stage 1. Here we marked as interview with mentors. That would be the first interview with your future mentors. In case if a mentor gives you a positive feedback, you continue studying at the stage 2, and the mentor indicates that he is ready to take you in his group. In case if your lack of necessary knowledge to move on, unfortunately, you need to spend a bit more time for fixing all the gaps. This will be the first interview. The second one is core GS interview. This interview will take place at preliminary at the stage 2. This interview is just to evaluate your current knowledge of the covered topics. Even though if you didn't cope with the interview, don't worry, that's completely okay. You continue moving forward. The third one is the exit interview. It's also intended into your evaluation. So it doesn't mean that even though if you passed it perfectly, you'll immediately get the job offer. Like I mentioned previously, it all depends on the current demand on the market. And for now, we have not the stable situation in the market. So that's why we cannot 100% guarantee that if you pass the course, you'll get the job offer. But it's from our end, we will try after conducting the exit interview, in case if you're a rising star or you showed a great results, to highlight all possible recruiters that we have such kind of students, and we can propose you, and in case if they have demand for such presence, yeah, that would be great. So our initial goal is to identify the set of students who can successfully pass the course and to highlight that students to recruiters. So that's how the process looks like. But unfortunately, we cannot guarantee that recruiters will take you because it all depends on the market. It fully depends on the market. Well, I believe I answered the question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, another David. Who was the second?
That was me.
So guys, I have a questions. Sorry.
Yeah. You was
Yeah,
the
no
second
problem, yeah.
person who raised the hand, so please go ahead.
No problem, guys. So I have easy questions. So I don't need a job offer. I needed only certificate. Can I get this certificate after stage 2? Yes. Because I know that.
No,
Yeah.
you will get the certificate upon completing the full course.
On the full
yeah, we
course.
have,
Okay,
yes.
so if we don't get the so if we don't get the job offer right away, we can still have the certificate to show that we went through a course to another employer, right? We still have that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I understand you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, David, you was actually the second person who raised the hand.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of interrupted,
So
so please go
I
ahead.
would like to. I've never heard of Angular before. Can you briefly explain what that is? Like, what is it compared to like other frameworks like React or Node.js? I've heard of those, but I've never heard of Angular.
Sorry,
but
that's
I guess you
completely.
should search in the internet this information. You will find a lot of information about Angular, but this webinar is not about the brief information about some technology or something else. It's kind of about this course and information related to this course.
Okay. Angular is related.
Yeah, don't worry, you will acquire the answers for your question during the course. So it doesn't mean that everything should happen at the first day. So yeah, let's keep a steady progress on it and not to keep focusing on each topic. Let's focus on what we're supposed to learn at the current week then and the next week to keep everyone safe. Because, well, if you try to do perform multitasking, I don't think it will be great. Okay then, moving next. So you still the person who raised the hand first, but I didn't hear you. So moving to the next person, Dmitry.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Great. So I was actually I wanted to ask you a more practical question. So I noticed that the first auto test is now opened, but I couldn't find the material to complete it. So how will the material to complete this task be provided for us? Will it be provided via email? Will I be able to complete it, like watching this presentation, or how? Where is the material to complete the test?
So if you look at the GitHub page, by the way, yeah, don't worry, you'll be provided with the links. So this is our entry point for all the assignments and materials. You see that's the current test. The description of the test is located under the following module, RSchool Introduction. If I click it,
Just a second,
you'll
I'm
get to the current.
opening it. So I see the description, the rolling scape, how to pass the test. And there is only description how the technology works, not the information about the questions themselves.
Well, I'm sharing the screen now because, well, if you navigate it from the RS app, you'll get the different link. It's about how to pass the test, right? But if you navigate to the main one, and this is our schedule, right? The test.
Okay, where can I find the main one?
Just click the first thing, JSFE course EM. You'll be provided the link later on, and this is where we store our schedule. So to complete this test, you'll require the information that is located in the following module. By clicking on it, you'll be given like the intro information, and by clicking the documentation, you can go through all the topics right here and get ready for passing the current test.
Wow, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay, great. You're welcome. Lola, you're the next. Please ask something.
A couple of questions. The first one, When I just entered the course, I saw that there were like 25 or so tasks for completion throughout the whole course, and now it's only 5. Are they being updated? Is it a final number of tasks we have to complete, or how it exactly works?
Well, of course, that's the amount of tasks that you see in the course in the score table. It's not the final amount of the tasks. We'll keep posted you with actual assignments that needs to be passed. So we'll keep updated this score table each time when we deliver some of the necessary tasks. Because some of them requires reworking. So we are working from run to run, course runs, right? And we try not to repeat the tasks each time because it doesn't make sense for other students who unfortunately didn't have a chance to complete the previous course run, but they do want to try again. So to make the experience better, we're working the task. So now the amount of the assignments here is not final. So please keep in mind that the schedule could be updated, and in some cases we mark this to be done. That's something that could be changed in the future. But again, each time and each Q&A session, we will emphasize what should be done within the current week, what kind of assignments. Let's say we'll gather next time, next week. And again, we will emphasize that at the next week, you have the following module and following assignments to be completed. So don't worry, you will not miss anything. And just in case if you'll miss the Q&A session for some reason, you'll not be able to join it, each session will be recorded.
Okay,
so in that case, you will not meet anything.
Okay, thank you. And the other question I've got about the mentors, like how does it exactly works? So the students been taken and split equally among the mentors, and this is the way we do our first interview. So there is nothing that requires from us students to do.
From your side, what is required? It's required to contact your future mentor, so you'll be notified accordingly. So for now, we're gathering the info, who is ready to mentor and which amount of students he's ready to take. Okay. When we will be close to the end of the stage 1, we will start distributing the list of students among our mentors. You'll be given the contacts of your mentor, and that's the most important here is that you'll need to contact him directly, not to wait until he will come to you, but contact him, because mentors could be busy with their workload or they could have vacations. So that would be great if you contact them directly. But this will happen at the end of the stage 1. So now we're focusing on our regular schedule. But for your understanding, yeah, so everything will be posted to announcements. You will not miss anything.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Okay, thank you for questions. Alan? Okay, Alan is not going to ask anything. Anna. I'll lower the hands. Okay, Sandra.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Hello, this is Sandra. I suppose a lot of people have a question regarding Russian-speaking attendees. Can you please tell us who is how to participate in a Russian course if it's already started, and also if I live in Poland, then can I attend this course? But I am Russian-speaking. Please provide this information.
I already emphasized it. In case if you are in the locations that are listed here, including Poland as well, so you are free to continue learning within the current run. But if you are from other locations, from CIS countries that are not listed here, so and you are Russian-speaking audience, yeah. So in this case, I recommend you not to waste the time and join the Russian-speaking course, which is already started, but you still have opportunity to enroll and to keep moving with the learning. If in case if you need a link, yeah, it will be also provided.
Okay, so it depends on city we live, on country we live. So if I live not in a Russian-speaking country, then I can attend.
Yeah, you need to check whether you
Okay.
well. So we mostly focus on the current locations. In case if you are in non-Russian speaking country that is not listed here, you can still keep moving within the current course run. But in the current situation, we cannot guarantee that we could like find you an offer because we mostly work with the current locations.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for question. Okay, Martin, Alan, one more chance to unmute and to ask something. Or you could ask your questions in the chat in case if you cannot speak. But we move on, Sandra.
I think it's not too much related to the course. If the course gives us possibility for you to answer my question, I will ask, for example, why you choose Angular instead of React, because I will ask briefly. My motivation is final to write applications for mobiles. That's why I chose React. And if we will have possibility to study a bit Reacting during this course, because as I noticed, we are more this course is more related to Angular. Thank you. If you have possibility
yeah,
to
of course.
answer.
Not exactly. The main goal of the course is to gain a knowledge in core stuff like markup and core.js. Why we've chosen Angular, like I mentioned previously, it's for now based on the market demand. It has higher demand other than, let's say, React or Vue. So that's why we've chosen Angular as our main goal. But in case if you are interested in React, of course, we can give you extra materials. But still, you are supposed to have an understanding of Angular because this is our main course goal. I'm not sure whether we can propose you as like for being a React engineer, yeah? Because I mentioned some of the React engineers who is currently working, they are in the process of learning Angular anyway, because for now we have less open positions for React engineers, and most of the open positions are for Angular. So that's why we propose you to have a look at the Angular as one of the top demand framework.
Okay, now I understand. So maybe I will study Angular and later I will switch to React to like make my dream come to reality.
Anyway, that will be great. It will be benefit you in case if you will have understanding of both technologies, both React or Angular. For now, we propose to focus on Angular. But in case if you will be interested in React in the future, you're free to have a look at this library to have a knowledge to accomplish something in terms of task and so on. Yeah, and you will have understanding of both of the technologies. You'll be able to compare each of them to identify pros and cons. It will benefit you in case if you want to start some project from scratch it will help you in identifying which technology should be used. So yeah, that's really great. But for now, let's start with the technology that is in top demand. And in future, if you will decide to switch from the Angular to React, and you have such opportunity to find the open position, yeah, that's will be great. Why not?
I am very, very grateful. Thanks for answer. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm very
you're
grateful.
welcome.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, great. Okay. Alan, you still have the raised hand. Are you going to ask something, or we could move forward? Okay, Sandra, one more time.
No. Actually, I don't have questions anymore. No, thanks.
Oh, okay, because you still have a raised hand, so.
Thank you, Lisa. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so please lower the hand in case if you're done with questions. Yeah, I know you have lots of them. Okay, Debbie. Nothing to ask. Okay, but you could. Mhm.
Sorry,
Yeah, we can
am I
hear
audible?
you, please.
Great. Okay, so I have two questions. I don't know if this meeting is the right place to ask those questions. But the first is that can we at like maybe before the end of the program, can we get the mentor's recommendation on our LinkedIn? Or
I'm
we
sorry,
can't.
which kind of recommendations? I didn't get you.
Like I don't know, recommendation that can be helpful for like that can improve one's profile. Could be like maybe I don't know. I'm just asking. Could be anything nice.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, first of all, once again, who is the mentor? So, mentor is the person who is not only checking your home assignments and giving recommendation from the code perspective. It's also a person that could help you with sharing the production experience, or including giving recommendations, as you mentioned. But the only important note here is that in communication between mentor and mentee, the person who initiates the communication is mentee. You should keep in mind that's really important, because you're not so please do not expect that all the mentors will keep asking or keep recommending something. So you should initiate the communication with your future mentor. In case if he wants to receive some recommendation, if you have some questions, something is not clear in terms of technology, so please, you'll be given a mentor for such purposes. But you should actively participate in communication and initiate it.
Okay, thank you. My final question is it against the rule to can we post external links like LinkedIn, GitHub to connect with people in the community, or it's bad?
Which links to GitHub and to LinkedIn?
Like GitHub, LinkedIn, yeah, to get more first to connect our students. I don't know. Classmates?
Why not?
Why okay, not? Great. All right,
yeah,
thanks.
So that was an intention that you gather together to you have the general goal to complete the course, to gain the knowledge. So that's great. If you form the groups, you will closely communicate with each other, and that's why I told about our communication channels. So here, whenever you're asking something, it's not about waiting the answer from the organizers. It's also about helping each other. So if you're asking here, hey, I have no idea what I'm supposed to start with, anyone else who has this information could help you here. Yeah, of course, we will try to help you anyway. So that's why we presented the slide with course organizers. Yeah, but yeah, that will be also great if you will communicate with each other, with each students. You will help each other to achieve the general goal, and that's the purpose of one of the purposes of the course, to grow the connections, I would say. Yeah, why not? That's really great. Okay, I believe I answered your question.
Oh, yes, you did. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Alan, the first person with the raised hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Etra.
Everyone.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for the course. I have few questions about tests and tasks. First question is, I guess we will not have time limits about tests, but will I have able to finish the test later? Maybe I open the test, so I saw that I will not able to. The test requires like 1 hour, and I'm not able to finish it in 1 hour. So I can leave it there and come back again, then resume the tests, or if I opened it, I have to finish the test.
Yeah, sure. You can return to the test at any time. So whenever you open the test in a REST app, so it doesn't mean that you are supposed to complete it right away. You could return at any time. Even though I opened this one, and yeah, I have some urgent stuff to do, I can return back to it at any time. You see, there is only limitation in the time for passing the test, but the only limitation here is the number of attempts. By using an attempt, it means that you answer the questions and click the submit button. That's the only limitation, but no limitations in terms of time, except the deadline for completion of the assignment. The deadline for the current test is the end of the week. We usually end the week on Monday. So on 26th of September, that will be Monday, that will be the last day for the current week to complete the assignment.
Okay, the another questions about this is, will I able to see the answers after 3 attempts, correct answers of the test?
Well, no, you will.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
mean
will not able.
after no, not after first attempt. After the 3 attempts, it's
same.
over, so I cannot come back to test, so I can able to see where I did wrong, or just it's over. I will not able to see my mistakes.
You will not be able, but you will. You may ask, for instance, me in private.
Okay. Another question is expelling. I saw that if 2 tasks or tests failed, I will expel the course. Is it like it should be 80%? Yeah. If I failed from 2 tasks under the 80%, so I basically expel the course, or I able to speak one of you or mentor, maybe there was something wrong. So.
Well, first of all, in case if you have a good reason, you have no any chance to complete the assignments, and in case if you discussed with organizers in advance, let's say you have I don't know, you have a vacation or something like urgent situation that prevents you from completing the assignments, yeah, you should highlight this case individually to coordinators, me and Andre, to speak in advance. Yeah, we will keep posted. That's yeah, okay. So don't worry. Please sort out your problems, and you'll get back to the assignments. In case if you are speaking and highlighting those cases in advance, yeah, that's completely okay. But in case if you keep silence and you're missing the deadlines, in such cases you'll be expelled.
Okay. And the last question about when I read through the content of the course and website, I saw that in the first stage there can be cross-checking between students about tasks. So if it will be, or if it is going on, so do you think that it should be problematic? Because if I submit my task and other student check it, do you think then he or she will have enough knowledge to check my assignment and give me grade? Or because I faced this problem previously, so someone checked my assignment and I don't think that he's a professional to give me grade because the score is so important for us in the table.
Okay, so for answering the question, I will take two aspects. So first, to get a better understanding of what the cross-check process is, you can refer to the documentation. This is like the first thing to do is to get acquainted with the documentation, with all the processes, including cross-check, how it's happening. So this is the first aspect. The second one, the cross-check, when the cross-check is performed, firstly, so let's have a, for instance, one of the tasks. So during the cross-check, when another student evaluates a task, the evaluation takes place not in terms of technical aspects, let's say, in terms of like the clearance of code or something else. It's only functional criteria are evaluated. So by functional, so when you, let's say, let's open one of the tasks right here. So you see the criteria of evaluation for which you are given the points. And each of the students should put the correct score based on the evaluation criteria and not anything else. So only functional requirements are evaluated by other students. Speaking about the code perspective, yeah, such things are evaluated by mentors, and that will starting from the stage 2. Here also one important note that in case after the cross check you see that you get the lower score that you expected and you are completely sure that there is some mistake, you could appeal for rechecking your task by coordinators or by activists. So there is the section that is dedicated to such process. So before asking something about the processes of like for checking, for submitting the task, so first, please get acquainted with the following document because it consists of answers for majority of questions. But in case if something is still not clear at the moment, so we'll have the Q&A session next week, or you could simply ask these questions here in the Discord.
Okay, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Jill shot back.
Hello, sir. Thanks for your information. And I have a question. So I entered to this webinar a bit later, and if you had already answered for this question, I'm so sorry. My question is, which apps or platforms that we use to watch some video tutorials or to get some materials?
Okay, yeah, that was like the first thing I was highlighted. So all the materials could be acquired at the following GitHub page. So here there is a full roadmap of our current course run, and we described each week. So now we're starting right here. To keep moving forward, there is a list of the materials that should be learned within the current week. Each week could consist of assignments. Assignments could be the test. The test is passed within the RSF platform. So this is the theoretical test regarding the modules, or it could be a coding task. Coding tasks at the stage 1 is checked by by the means of cross-check. So I know that for some of you, this could be a new word. So first of all, I still insist that you should read the documentation fully to get acquainted with all the processes and then keep it moving forward. So this week is mostly about introduction. We'll get the necessary knowledge and materials of how to get started with the course, so that you could keep forward. In case if something in terms of course organization is not clear, so then we'll gather next week on our Q&A session, and we'll discuss all those questions accordingly. Okay, I believe I got.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your answer.
Okay, Zineb. You propose to keep silence. Okay, in case if you prompt a question, you'll click on mute. We can hear you.
I'm still muted, so I was unable to speak. So I'm Moroccan and I live in Azerbaijan. So do I have the chance to continue the course, or I'm just wasting my time?
You may.
I'm not.
Because I've heard, I'm not quite sure I have heard you correct, but I've heard that only people from Armenia, Colombia, etc. are allowed to join the course. And if you are from another country, you may be just wasting your time. So I am Moroccan, but I live in Azerbaijan, so I'm not from any of the countries mentioned in your list. So am I allowed to join the course? And I don't speak Russian, I only speak English.
Yes, let me try to clarify this point. As you can see in the screen, you might get job offer from this location, but the knowledge you may get from the different location. So you will get the certificate at the end of the course, but I'm not sure that we will promise you the interview to the company.
All right. I don't have a problem with that. I just want to be sure that I mean students from other countries can also join the course.
Yeah. You may learn with us.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for the question. Moving on to Dora. You're on mute, but cannot hear you.
Hello.
Can
you hear me?
Hello. Yeah.
So I have a few questions. I asked this in the chat earlier, but I just wanted to clarify that people in Russian-speaking countries and they should jump into the English-speaking course. So at least to work both in Uzbekistan and in the UK. I just wanted to clarify, is it still okay for me to continue this course if I want to work in Uzbekistan, if I want to be considered for a role in Uzbekistan?
Yeah, if you're planning to work in Uzbekistan office, yeah, that's great, and you can stay here. But as Anna mentioned previously, yeah, the main goal is like to get into knowledge, and it could be done from everywhere. But here's the list of the countries where there is a chance to get a job offer. So if you plan to work from Uzbekistan, yeah, why not? So you could keep going with us. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, sorry. You answered.
Okay, great. Thank you for the question. Debbie.
Okay, sorry. Actually, I just remembered another question. So my last question is, what do you like when you say cheating, what do you consider cheating? Is it like when you go online, you copy code from Stack Overflow or what?
By cheating, we mean that you're copying the solution from other students' repository. In case if we found a bunch of work that looks identical from the code perspective, it's the red flag that someone is, instead of implementing, is just copied other solutions. But you mentioned about Stack Overflow, right? So that's not a cheating. If you are using some piece of code from Stack Overflow, but my recommendation here, so when you're looking for some solution, so please do not just write the copy right away from the Stack Overflow. Our recommendation is to find out how it actually works, to refactor the solution a bit. So now you'll have the understanding of how actually to solve your problem. But that's not considered as a cheating. The cheating is only copying the full solution from other students' repositories.
Okay. Oh, but okay, how do you know who copied who? What if, like, I don't know, it's complicated, never mind.
Believe us, we will know in case if someone will copy the solution.
Okay, I was just like, what if the person that wrote the code originally is the victim? Like, well, I don't know. I hope such case will not arise though. Just saying.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to disclose such information because, well, let's just not to cheat and copy the solution from someone else. Let's have a fair work because, well, why we don't recommend do this? Because, well, someone is mentioned that score is really important for them, but I would say not exactly. The score isn't like indicates fully your knowledge. I would say that because even though if you are top-rated student with a high score, the only thing that could like break everything is the interview. We know that an interview is the most nervous stage for all of you. But in case if you have a fair study during the course, you try to figure out in each aspect from the coding perspective, from theoretical perspective, you'll be able to pass interview successfully. So that's why we propose you not to like race for the high score, but to race for gaining the knowledge. That's the main point for continuing with the course. And please do not upset if you got the lower score that you expected. Again, I will continue mentioning this aspect over and over again because, well, I was also like studying a long time ago in several courses. I was like a bit upset that I am not in top 50 of the students, but the knowledge I gained during the course was enough to get the job offer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, welcome. Thank you for question. Going to the next person, at.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, going back to the cheating question, does it constitute cheating if you have like you make a group and then just to find information or to work together, not necessarily doing things together, but just to rely on information that I might not find? Is that cheating, constitute cheating, or it's just not cheating?
Again, cheating is when you have exactly the same solution as other students. If you copied lots of the stuff, that's considered cheating. In case if you're working together, you're like trying to find out something that is not clear, that's not a cheating. But copying the solution from other is considered as cheating.
Okay, sounds good. And the next question is, what does it mean to pass this course? Because I was reading the materials, and you know, maybe it's not appropriate to ask this, but it's just a question that was not clear. And I just want to make sure that I understand what pass means, pass the course means, and how many times I can pass this course.
Okay, pass the course means that you've completed all the necessary assignments during the course. By assignments, again, this all that tests and coding tasks. If you completed everything, regardless of the score, you will get the certificate. In case if you miss several tasks without a good reason, you'll be expelled.
So is it fair to say that I can pass this course as many times as I want?
Yeah. Just complete everything in time or on time. Because completing just in time, it's not quite good practice. Yeah, let's say if you wait until the deadline and let's say Sunday or Monday you're trying to complete the upcoming assignment, that's not good. So on time will be more suitable here. Yeah, just keep focusing on the assignments, complete everything, and you'll be like eligible for getting the certificate.
Thanks.
Okay, great. Shazard, please go ahead to ask something.
Hello. When we come across the first test?
The first test is already within the current week. See, the first test is about general information of how to deal with RS app. This is our first step. Again, in case if you
maybe this week.
Yes, this week. Again, guys, we will send all the meeting follow-up information regarding your first steps. So again, first step is the week 1. All the course roadmap is located here. So here is your first home assignment. You need to pass the test in the REST app along with learning the materials that are provided here. Okay?
Okay. My second question is that how many applicants can pass this course? Certificates are limited or not?
No, because it's digital. It cannot be limited. So it depends on you. We do not limit the amount of students who can pass the course. It only depends on your intention to complete it till the end.
After taking certificate without any hassles can work or not?
Again, that question was mentioned previously. Just to emphasize, we cannot guarantee that all of the students who pass the course could be employed, who could get job offer. It mostly depends on market situation. So
market
at least at the current course, we are focusing. We hope that you will get the strong understanding of core concepts of front-end development, which is necessary to you'll get the skill set of the junior software engineer that will help you for getting your further job. Well, from our end, we will try to highlight the top performers, the top students, the students who completed the course, who gained the certificate. That we have such list of students. We'll try to highlight all of them, and in case if the recruiters are able to provide with necessary amount of demand, you'll be invited to pass the project interview. I
Okay,
believe
thank
I
you.
answered the question. Okay, you're welcome. Melo.
Hi, can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's great. Thank you for your hard work. Really appreciate that. I have the question about the passing the tests. I was just curious, like, what does it mean, like being expelled? Does that mean that I couldn't score the minimal score, or does that mean that I haven't taken test at all? Like, if I scored like below minimum, does that mean that it will count as one of two tests for being expelled, or the most important is attempt?
Please
Thank
pay
you.
attention to the following page. For some reason, it takes a bit more time to load it, but when you click it, it will take you to the page that describes you how to pass the test. There is a note at each test. There is a note which indicates the criteria for passing the test. So here, in the current example, you need to score at least 80% of questions to pass the test. And you have only three attempts.
Sure. So if I had like in all three attempts, if I had less than 80%, does that mean that these tests will count as not passed and will be one of two tests which after which we will be expelled?
Well, by like,
I mean,
task,
okay. That my question is that more important that I did some work, but maybe some, I don't know, some topic is difficult for me and that's why I can't pass it, but I'm doing my best? Or it's like more important to have like to score minimum score?
Well, it's necessary to score the test, right?
Yeah.
Regardless how
sure.
successfully you pass the test, right? The most important is that you took place, you submitted your task. By failing the task, we mostly mean that the students didn't warn organizer that he has a situation that prevents him from completing the home assignments. In such case, if the students keep silent and do not complete the assignments, in such case, we count it as like the student just gave up from completing the course and we just expel him. But if you do spend time on hard working on the given topics, don't worry about expelling from the course.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Because like, as I know, my friend was taking your course, so the tests are quite difficult sometimes. And that's why I was interested if it's like, is it about hard work or strictly about the minimum score?
That's why the tests are not limited by the time. Once you open the test, you can close it or return back to it. And you have attempts to complete the test, right? So you have plenty of time to get through all the information that is given in our course roadmap, to look through them again and come back to the test.
That's great. Thank you for your answer.
Okay, glad to help. Okay, Anastasia, please go ahead.
Thank you, Miller. It was really good question, which I wanted to ask. Maybe I would like to double check. Hello, anyway. So about again, I'm not sure. So for example, I prepare to take a test and still I have a less score than I needed to take, yes. And 3 times I tried, for example, yes, and still I have less. So will I automatically remove from course or I can move forward?
You definitely can move forward. It will not like explode automatically. And moreover, if you see the warning message after the limits are over, overtimes are over, you still can pass the test, but you will get a half of the score. But the test will be completed. So, but you'll get a less score than expected.
All right. Okay. I have the next question. So, how it will depends on my mentor, because how I realize if I will have when I will have a mentor, yes, and the stage second, if I correct remember. So, and my mentor will see my score, and he will see or she will see, yes, my score, it will not be enough because my test every time less score. So therefore, I will not continue to take this course. Do I understand correctly or not?
Not exactly. So,
right.
did I understand you correctly that you're asking about criteria of assigning you a mentor, right?
Yes.
So the main criteria is passing the interview with mentor. So during the interview, the mentor don't like rely fully on your current score. It relies on how you answer his questions during the interview.
All right. It mentor will not look my score when I will take test. Yes.
Yes, he will see your score, but he will not pay attention during your interview. So in case if you have a lower score than you expected, but you showed a great result during the interview, it will count the most. That's the criteria that will play as like the, let's say, the criteria of taking you into the group, not so your score, but your knowledge that you showed during the interview. As I mentioned previously, please do not pay much attention to the score. Okay, that's like that's not fully indicates your current knowledge. Okay, so in case if you got lower than you expected, please don't upset because well, the knowledge you gained is necessary. Even though if you got to the top of the score table, it doesn't guarantee that you'll like it's not a guarantee that you will pass the interview because the interview covers your knowledge, not the how high you reach the position in the score table. So please focus on your knowledge.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for question. Moving on, at.
Yeah, it's me again. Based on the you have the image on the screen right now. Is the test determined on the highest or on the average on these self-tests? Let's say I have two 60s and then 100. It's still below the average of 80. So how is that determined? By the highest or the average?
The high score will be taken. When you when you use only 3 attempts, which is limit in this test, the highest score will be taken. Not the average, but the highest one.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. Wanderer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
After the week 27, we have exit interview at the end of MAP. And is that an interview with HR of EPAM for junior software developer position?
No, this is not the interview with HR. It's interview with randomly selected mentor regarding that covers the topic from all of the course. Exit interview doesn't mean that will be the job interview. Like I mentioned previously, it depends on multiple factors.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exit interview will determine that okay, you acquired all the knowledge that you're given during the course and you're eligible to get the certificate. That's the main goal, but that's not the job interview actually.
but successful completion of this exit interview will increase your chance to get interview with EPAM, yes?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But again, we cannot guarantee it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Well, I see that's lots of questions in the chat. I hope that this already answered. Okay.
Yeah, Andrea and me have answered.
Yeah, thank you so much for helping answer the question. Okay, so I believe we covered most of curiosities that's current during the webinar. Okay, is there anything else that you're curious about? You can ask it right now. We still have some time. Okay, that's okay.
It's me again. So let's say I have all the tests and I pass all the tests with high marks, but I don't do any other participation like check crossing for anyone. Will that disqualify me automatically from any from going to the second stage, or is it required for me to do the participation for cross check?
Yeah, of course you're required to do so.
So
let's consider it from such point of view. So in case if you're thinking, oh, the cross check, why do I need cross check and check another task? But at the same time, the persons who assigned to check your work could think the same, and you might be noted that that's not fair enough. So that's why let's count this activity as mandatory. So whenever you get the list of work to be checked during the cross check, yeah, please do it accordingly.
Okay, so basically my scores will not automatically give me a good out. What's the word that I'm looking? Will not give me any good results if I don't do the cross checking on others. Is that what my understanding?
Okay, that's so you don't want to perform cross check, right?
No, I obviously do, but let's say because I do have a full-time job. I'm actually on break right now, and I do other stuff. But let's say for some reason I cannot get it to do the 4 that is required, and I do only 2 or maybe 3 or maybe 1. Will that just take me out completely, or will I have grades and then next time I do 5 instead of 4? Just to make sure that I am pushing forward. Life happens, it's I want to make sure that I understand if there is any grace on the cross check.
Well, in case if you missed some cross checks, I don't think it's a real problem. But yeah, so please respect others. They're waiting for your feedback. So yeah, I would count it accordingly. So let's do like the following. So if you're expecting that your work will be checked, so please do the same in return. It will be fair enough. Yeah, of course, if you don't have like enough time to complete, yeah, that's not a big deal. But yeah, let's consider it as the mandatory activity because you also will expect the same.
Okay, so basically I can do less, but I have to make sure that I do the minimum at least. And again, and I'm not saying that I will skip anything. I just want to make sure that if in case, I don't think I'll miss any, but if in case I ever miss something, I'm not disqualified just because I didn't have time.
Well, you will not be expelled if you miss, let's say, 1 or 2 cross checks, right? If you keep skipping the cross-check activities, that could be a red flag for organizers. So please do everything that is assigned to you.
Thank you. That's the answers that I was looking for. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, welcome, Berchin. I hope I pronounced correctly. We can't hear you now. Still not able to hear for some reason. Well, so looks like some issues with the microphone. So in case so, you could ask it in chat or in Discord, but for now we can't hear you, unfortunately. Okay. Well, I propose that we're done with the most of the topics. Yeah. So in case if something is not answered during our session, you could easily reach us or anyone else in the Discord. So we'll send you the follow-up in announcements with all the necessary links, with materials, the platforms that we're using, including the presentation. Okay, I believe that we could wrap up since I believe that most of the questions are answered. Guys, thank you for participation. Thank you for your questions. That makes the processes better. Wish you good luck for completing the course and hope that you'll get a high result and acquire all the knowledge that from the materials that we provided. And also one more thing, if you see that there is something that could be improved in our course organization in terms of organization, materials, the time. In case if you see that something could be improved, we would highly appreciate that you will highlight everything you see that could be improved. For now, I guess we're done with the webinar. Just to remind you that we're going to gather each week, each start of the week, we're going to start with the Q&A session. So our next session will take place at 27th of September. We will notify it accordingly. And during that Q&A session, we also gather again and discuss our future plans and your questions. For now, I would say I would just wish you good luck during the course, and we truly hope you enjoy it. Thank you for your attention and have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Have a good week.
Thank you. You too.